Welcome to Bulldog University. My name is Professor Kroll, and I will be your instructor for CR 100, Introduction to Copyright. Please review the following video, Copyright and Intellectual Property Use, for your first assignment for our discussion board. So what is copyright? The Copyright Act of 1976 is a form of protection given to authors or creators of original works of authorship and respect for the right of the creator of that work to control what people can and cannot do with it. Original works of authorship are things such as literary, dramatic, musical or sound recordings, artistic, and motion pictures. Please take a moment to complete the knowledge check. As the producer of the copywritten work, you alone have the right to do any of the following or let others do any of the following: make copies of your work, distribute copies of your work, display copies of your work publicly, and make derivative works. What does copyright have to do with me? Before you can use someone else's work in a project, you need to obtain the permission from the copyright owner. What happens if I ignore copyright and use the work anyway? If you choose to do so, you may find yourself being sued for copyright infringement, where millions of users could trade MP3 has anyone ever been penalized for copyright infringement? Certainly. Do you remember the famous Napster lawsuit? If not, Napster was an online music swap shop where millions of users could trade MP3 music files amongst each other for free. Many musicians, including Metallica, were upset with this. As a result, Metallica sued Napster for copyright infringement, racketeering, and unlawful use of digital audio interface devices. Napster claims that the online trading of MP3 music files falls within the parameters of the 1992 Audio Home Recording Act, which permits copying music for personal use. However, the Recording Association felt differently. The Recording Association felt Napster was guilty of contributory copyright infringement. The industry contends that Napster has built a business by encouraging individual users to share files of music they do not own. Due to the lawsuit, Napster was found guilty. They ended up paying $26 million in fines as a result of copyright infringement. There are a few important things you must know about copyright. Under the current laws, copyright protection starts from the moment of creation of the work and continues until 70 years after the death of the author or artist. When the terms of a copyright expire, the work falls into what's called the public domain. When a work is in public domain, anyone can copy it and use it without permission. Works by the U.S. government, for example, are not protected under copyright law. Please take a moment to complete Knowledge Check 2. Please take a moment to complete Knowledge Check 3. What about patents and trademarks? Are they covered under copyright law also? Trademarks and patents are protected under a law titled Intellectual Property. Intellectual property enables people to earn recognition or financial benefit from what they create or invent. What are some examples of intellectual property? Examples of intellectual property would be things such as literary works, artistic works, designs, symbols, names, and images used in commerce. The three main mechanisms for protecting intellectual property in the United States are copyrights, patents, and trademarks. As you already know what copyright is, patents, on the other hand, protect an invention from being made, sold, or used by others for a certain period of time. There are 3 different types of patents in the United States: utility patents, design patents, and plant patents. Trademark protects the name and identifying marks of products and companies. The purpose of trademark is to make it easy for consumers to distinguish competitors from each other. Trademarks are automatically assumed once a business begins using a certain mark to identify its company and may use the symbol TM without filing their symbol or name with the government. To review, intellectual property is the area of law that deals with protecting the rights of those who create original works. It covers everything from original plays and novels to inventions and company identification marks. To protect your intellectual property, you should obtain either a copyright, patent, or trademark. Please take Knowledge Check 4. Please complete Knowledge Check 5. After reviewing the short video, post your first response to the discussion board under Unit 1. The discussion board question is: now that you understand what copyright and intellectual property are, how will this affect your career as a sound engineer? Would you, as the engineer, be held liable for copyright infringement?